Today is March 13th, 2019, and I am Nick Prey. This is an interview with Lauren Prey, who is my grandma. Thank you, Grandma, for taking part in this interview with me today.
You're welcome.
When and where were you born?
I was born in 1950 in San Francisco, California.
What was the house, apartment, farm, etc. like?
It was a small house in Daly City. It was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, but there were 5 of us. But we seemed to get along well.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
My mother...
That's fine.
My mother took me with her when she was a lunchroom rainy day mom in my sister's class.
Describe the personality of your family members.
My husband is...
Yeah.
My husband is was a hard worker all while our kids were growing up. He's a little opinionated, but a good guy. Our son has always been very serious and always was very hard on himself growing up and wanted to excel in school. And always was, every job he had, he was always a really hard worker, but he was very serious. Our daughter, on the other hand, she was a hard worker, but she was more independent, and you couldn't really tell her much, or you would hear back about it. And she's still like that now, even as an adult.
What was your favorite thing to do for fun?
Growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, we used to, because we did live near San Francisco, there was a playland at the beach, which was right on the ocean beach, and it was a big, like, amusement park with a fun house, and we used to love going there all the time.
Who were your friends when you were growing up?
I went to a Catholic school for elementary, and so we were together from first grade all the way up until 8th, and I would say Mary Ann Pinelli and Claudia Fry were my closest friends.
How were your holidays growing up?
They were a lot of fun. My mom passed away, though, when I was 5, so for 6 years it was just my dad, my sister, and I. And what was nice is that the neighbors would always come over and be with us and bring us presents because they felt so sorry for the family losing their mom so young.
How is the world today different from what it was when you were a child?
I think there's a lot more anger. Technology is good, but I think it's gotten out of hand now. I don't think kids don't play outside like they used to, and it's just a lot different.
What stories have come down about you, or have come down to you about your parents, grandparents, or more distant ancestors?
Since my mom died when I was 5, I don't really have too many stories or even memories of her since I was just 5 years old. But my dad told a lot of stories coming from Italy. When he came to San Francisco, he met a lot of Italian people, and he told us he was very quiet. He was a POW in World War II, and he didn't talk about it much because it just upset him too much. But we did get a few stories out of him on what it was like being in 9 months of captivity.
Oh, you'll like this one. Have any recipes been passed down to you and your family or your family members?
From my family?
Yeah, from your family.
There's quite a few. My dad was a very good cook, and being Italian, he made the best spaghetti and meatballs, and he also made these thin pancakes that everybody in the family loves, including our grandsons. And he also made another dish. He used to call it the poor man's spaghetti. It was spaghetti with just beans, but it was delicious.
When and where did you get married?
We got married 1972 in Daly City at a Catholic church called Holy Angels.
What memory stands out the most from your wedding day?
I can't
It's fine. It's fine. Say something.
Just how everybody, the family all came together, and my husband had a little bit too much to drink, so I ended up driving.
What was your proudest moment as a parent?
Of course, the birth of the kids, but I would say just how well they turned out, and seeing them graduate from college. We were very happy for them.
If you could have any other profession, what would it have been? Why wasn't it your first choice?
I ended up being a medical assistant, but I wished I had the gumption to continue schooling and become a nurse because I love helping people. I have the worst sound voice.
What is the one thing you want people to remember most about you?
Hopefully that I was a nice person, and I was generous and caring.
When and how did you meet your spouse?
I met him, I was actually on another date, and we were at Taco Bell, and he came walking up with his friend, and we ended up going out after.
What did you do on dates?
We used to mostly go to the movies, but the first date he took me on, we went to a park in San Francisco. That must be Ellie.
Today is March 13th, 2019.